The owner of the house was a wealthy man. Even up to our standards, he was a very wealthy man. And here at the back of the house, I would like to share with you the story that is the most beautiful one for me. My favorite part of the whole tour is the part where I get the chance to explain to you what did those people think. Nowadays, we think in different ways. Nowadays, the world is so big, so well connected that we have changed a lot over the past hundreds and hundreds of years. But those people, already during those years, when they did not have so much in their own pockets just yet, they were gathering, they were trying to become wealthy, they would still build houses that would be so grand, so beautiful. So my main question to you would be, what do you think? Why would a person even need something so fancy, so beautiful around him during the years when this must have cost you a fortune? It was too much for you, but you would still try with all that you can to surround yourself with this kind of beautiful buildings. You would make your house out of stone instead of wood. Why would you even need to build a house like that? Any guess is good. This is your time to shine, guys. I promised you this is not me doing the show here. This is all of us doing it together. So now it is your time to balance it out. Well, my lord, why would you need something beautiful around your house?
Oh, because I want a good life and...
And that's how simple it is.
Yeah.
You want a good life, you want to surround yourself with beautiful things. Nowadays, it looks like we have all those beautiful things around us, so we could show to everyone how much we have or how wealthy have we become along the long journey. But during those years, when you were a merchant, you understood that I don't need to spend my fortune to show to others how wealthy I am. All I need to do with this fortune that I have, I need to make a beautiful life for myself and for everyone around me. So whenever they did anything, was it as simple as building their house? Was it as simple as crafting a chair where they could sit? All of these things, they would do so that it would be long lasting. They did it so that people would truly understand that if we surround ourselves with beautiful qualities, we ourselves, we become more beautiful. If we build our houses nice and strong, like the steady buildings we have here, then we will become steadier and stronger just by living there. Nothing else is needed. We have to understand that during those years, if a man walked into a church that was the tallest in the world, the tower at least, then he believed that he was literally the closest man to God there has ever been. It looks a bit silly for us nowadays, but we do know the feeling that the man would have felt. We can understand that these qualities truly affect us. So is it in a perspective of a city that everybody needed to have mighty buildings like this one? Or is it in your own perspective, cleaning your own room, doing your own chores? Well, all these things put together, whenever we have beautiful qualities all around us, our lives will become more beautiful. So to have a beautiful life, all you need to do, surround yourself with beautiful people, beautiful things, and you shall become beautiful. Now you have to figure out what does it actually mean to be beautiful, but this is up to you to decide. As we understood, the mindset is a lot different, but also the physical appearance has changed. Now I am considered to be a rather tall of a man, but an average height of a person during those medieval days would have been up to my shoulder. So a grown man would have been up to my shoulder, and all these buildings, they have been built by men who were much smaller than us nowadays. Or even if they were as well the size of us, we can still feel and we can still see how building something like that would be much more effort and work, well, for those people during those years compared to us during nowadays. And we take it granted that the house that is a tall, decent house has 3 floors. This house already during these years had 3 floors, and the high ceiling or a tall ceiling, this would have been 3 meters tall. Nowadays, yet again, a typical room during these years, this would have been as great as a hall. Nobody around the world would have allowed themselves this kind of a ridiculous kind of beauty around them unless they truly wanted to become mightier, unless they wanted to become better. So we have changed physically a lot. Thanks to Black Plague, all the diseases, people were suffering a lot. The height was kept in one certain level for a long time. But trust me, I am that tall, that beautiful, only because they built beautiful houses back then. Well, or thanks to my mom, I do not know, but it's not up to me to decide, luckily. But the third thing that has changed a lot is the length of our lives. I have a very simple question. You should know an answer, but you don't have to share it with others if you don't want to. For how long do you guys want to be around? How old do you want to be when you pass away? I know it's a scary question. My lord, how old do you want to be when you die?
Until God miss me.
That's a good answer. So, as long as you are healthy, as long as you could enjoy, as long as you're meant to be in this world. Any other ideas, my lovely people? My ladies?
95.
95. Did you hear that? Keep it in mind, my lord. And you?
Yeah.
95 at least. You have to be here for her, my lord. So, you see, nowadays we have dreams, and this is very typical for us to live for this long. But during those years, an average lifetime was 35 years to 40. And this is an average lifetime. When you had more in your pockets, you would live for longer.
That's the same thing.
That is the same today, exactly. But nowadays, most of us, we have a chance to live for much longer. During those years, when you had less in your pockets, you might have never been born. You could not enjoy even the early age of your life. But during those years, well, we almost have a choice. As long as you take good care of yourself, you should be here for at least, 60, 70, 80 years. If any one of you is not that wise or not that, smart, then do not worry, you'll be here for much less. But, it's up to yourself to make it happen. What I'm trying to share with you would be the fact that nowadays we have so much time in this world, we could almost live 3 medieval lives in a row without putting in any effort. Naturally would stay here for a long, long time. But now, as you start to think that during those years you literally had less time in your hands, then with the short amount of time that these people had, they tried to become the best versions of themselves that they possibly could. So if you would live your life, they would start to learn the professions, almost the same age as we do, when they were around 10. But they had to learn the profession, the one thing that they will do as a job for the rest of their lives. In their 20s, they would be already young men conducting their own business, conducting their own families. In their 30s, they might be as wise as you are, my lord. And later on, during the late years of their life, they could enjoy